Hello and welcome back to SpriteGuard Plays Roguelite. We are going to head right back into the... Oh, actually, before we do that, I remember in the last episode mentioning that something looked like the inside of the rogue's house, so I wanted to poke our head in here. You can see we have this nice little room. There's the bookshelves I was mentioning. And if we keep going this way, we actually end up back down here in level 1. I don't know if there's anything different about going left or right, but it looks like this is a little bit kind of bigger and more intense than level 1 usually is. I wonder if it's like a hard mode, or if it's just exactly the same. I really don't know. But we can wait for our Will-o'-the-Wisp here. See if we can edge forward. We've already taken some damage. I did see a heart back here somewhere. I'm not sure where. We might have lost it because it might have been up. We fell quite a ways. Ah, there we go. I saw a skeleton up here. Is he going to... Let's see. There we go. That was some pretty tricky shots. Tricky dodging. I'm pretty proud of that. So, just like last time, we're going to be playing pretty carefully. And we're just going to be trying to make our way to the boss as directly and as simply as possible without taking a lot of extra risks, without farming for coins or anything like that, though we will take them if we find them. We don't have any use for them. You know, I have talked about doing high score runs. That's still something that I want to have in mind as something that we can do. But first, I really just want to find the boss and defeat the boss. And this definitely does seem like a larger level than we usually see on level 1. But that could be an illusion, kind of a perception, because I'm looking for differences, because I'm thinking, you know, is there something different about going to the left versus going to the right? I'm like hyper aware of everything, and so that makes things look different. So that's a possibility that we have to kind of be aware of. I don't really know, like, how we can make use of that possibility. You know, I don't know if it actually gives us information, other than that the information that we have may not be complete and may not be reliable. Lots and lots of arrows up here. We don't have much use for them. This does look like the exit. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. So here we are, level 2. And we're just going to be carrying on. There's not a whole lot to say at this point. We're just kind of making our way carefully through the dungeon. And we have lots of hearts here, but we're now actually a little bit low on arrows. And that's something I'm a little bit concerned about. I do want to try and do a trick shot here, just for fun. And that's actually going to end up costing us more arrows than it would save us. So we're now in a pretty sticky situation because I got a little bit just kind of silly right there. And so now we need to find ourselves some arrows. It looks like there's a couple up there. Let's see if we can find our way up there. One of my biggest kind of weaknesses as a gamer, one of the things that leads to my downfall most often, is my lack of gravitas, my lack of kind of caution. When I see something kind of interesting, I'm just like, I'll try it out. Let's see. I would like to get those arrows, but I don't actually know where the floor is here. This does look like... Oh! Guess we're going down here then. And there we go. Just like that, onto level 3 without quite... so there's my recklessness, of course, getting us in trouble once again. Luckily there's a heart right there. That just straight up missed. But there's a few arrows for us, and there's a few more down here. There we go, nearly back up to full. So the game isn't punishing us too hard for my recklessness, which is nice. You know, we may still have a chance to take on the boss, though I do want to take this moment to kind of remind myself of what I'm trying to do, how I'm trying to play. We're going to wait for Will-o'-the-Wisp here, and we're going to nudge our way forward and just try and figure out what's in front of us before we leap. You know, the saying, look before you leap, is, I think, something that might have prevented us from getting hurt there, but once again, as I was saying, look before you leap, I got a little bit reckless. So now we have to find our way to both arrows and hearts. Excuse me. Just barely missed the double shot there. So, yeah, we're in dire need of hearts now. And for some reason it felt like one of my double jumps went higher than it usually does. The double jump doesn't go very high normally, so there's a heart for us. And we have the arrows that we need to take that. There we go. So now we just need one more heart to be... And there it is. So we are right back on track. We even have another one, though. Looks like we are coming up on an exit here, so we're not actually going to be able to make use of that. And I did not know that the level entrance could have spikes right there. So that was pretty costly, and it cost us more, you know, it cost us 2 hits instead of 1. Because I was so confused by the fact that I had taken damage on the drop into the level. That was a nice triple shot there. Very nice. Let's see if we can get that skeleton. And we've got some more arrows down here, so we can just go after them. Still want one more heart. But hearts... Okay, 2 more hearts. We need 2 more hearts. Hopefully they won't be too hard to come by. We usually encounter more than we need along the way. But if I keep taking oh my goodness. Oh boy. Okay. So things are bad. And things are looking like they are less and less likely to improve in the near future. We have lots of spikes, lots of ghouls, as we would expect for this, I believe, was it level 5 that we're on? We're fairly deep into the game at this point. And so, oh my goodness, I'm not surprised that we're running into a lot of hazards, but it is a little bit distressing just how much damage I'm taking. But that's something that will happen. You know, I often talk about how even the best players will always have bad days. I am not sure where we're supposed to go from here. I feel like I've been everywhere. And my usual recourse is to go up, but I feel like we've been up, so maybe the answer is down? Hard to say. Oh, there's a heart over there, so we clearly haven't been somewhere. But I remember this is a dead end. Maybe not. Interesting. Not sure why I didn't see that. So there's our heart for us, and we have a couple extra arrows, so I'm going to light that lamp. And it looks like we actually have several hearts, which is very useful. And then the exit. There we go. So yes, now we're on level 6. Things are pretty dire, but we are more than capable of taking them on, if only we are careful. And so, you know, I'm going to continue to try and be cautious. Oops. Or just waste arrows for no apparent reason. Oh, and take some spike damage. There are some more hearts for us. We are badly in need of them. So yes, things are not go. Oh my goodness! Just wasted that heart and then lost another one. This is just such a bad run. And I always say even the best players have their bad days, and it's just kind of inevitable that you will have some days better than others. There's also something that I have wanted to kind of touch on for a while that I've not really been sure the best way of approaching it, but it's this idea of U-shaped learning. This idea that in the process of improving, you're going to have times when you get worse, and that is death. So, I don't know if that's what's going on today. I have been not feeling well lately, and going through some kind of some rough medical issues that are not dangerous, but are annoying, and keep me a little bit foggy, a little bit out of things, so I think that is going to be kind of an ongoing issue. So next time, I guess we'll give another shot at the boss. I think as I've talked about, I'm a little bit anxious to wrap this series up. So today we continue to be honest. Next week, perhaps not. But yeah, this idea of U-shaped learning that I wanted to touch on a little bit is just that you tend to kind of have these dips in your learning where right before you learn a new concept, you kind of regress as your brain recalibrates itself. And that was something that was originally discovered in language acquisition and has kind of, it turns up in a lot of different kinds of learning. And it has different manifestations in different places. But I think it's something that's good to be aware of so that you don't kind of go, oh no, I'm getting worse, I'm not getting better, I'm getting worse. When you have those moments, that means you are getting better. There's just bumps along the way. So we will continue to improve at this game, continue to try and get better. And until then, thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.